Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Wish Upon a Star. This has nothing to do with princesses wishing upon anything. This does have to do with teenage girls making a wish, a teenage girl making a wish upon a star. She's not a princess. She's just a teenage girl, your average teenage girl, with a sister from hell, basically, played by the younger sister is played by Danielle Harris. She's been in a number of horror films since this portrayal. Soon, probably even before that. I don't know. Some of these movies were made in 1989. I don't know. But Katherine Heigl plays her mean girl big sister, who is a senior in school, and she's beautiful, leggy, wearing... She's very fashionable. And when I say mean girls, she would have been right up there in Rachel McAdams' group or bucking for the top spot at the high school if they went to the same high school, because she's just mean, along with her best buddies or her friends who were just as beautiful and just as superior to everybody else. And meanwhile, we have Haley, who is the younger sister. I'm going to guess 14, and she's not old enough to drive. That's kind of this is a comedy, so yes, that comes into play. The fact that I'm making the point that she's 14 will come into play later as I mention this. And I'm guessing that Katherine Heigl is at least 17 or 18, playing 17 or 18, because Haley here... she's played by Danielle Harris. I think she's like 18 or 19, playing 14. And again, I know that I'm obsessing a little bit about this a little bit too much, but it comes into play later as I explain this. This is one of those body swap movies that, it's like Freaky Friday. It's not mother and daughter learning what it's like to be in each other's shoes. It is just two different sisters. One, Haley, is very academic-minded. She's very smart. She's scientific-minded. She wants to go to the science fair, to the nationals. She wants to do all these things. And that's pretty much what she cares about. She's not really caught up in her appearance. She's pretty enough, and she's just a normal teenage girl who's just a little bit smarter than she is concerned about her looks, her status. Of course, the mean girl in this sense, played by, which is Alexia, played by Katherine Heigl. You know her from Grey's Anatomy, mostly. Most of you would know her from Grey's Anatomy. She's done a bunch of other stuff, obviously, but Grey's Anatomy. That's what I'll just say. So, in this, they do not get along. The sisters do not get along, and they have two parents who are psychologists, or you can guess they're psychologists because they read Psychology Today. At the very least, they read Psychology Today, and they have an approach that either they get from the magazine or because of their professional, their profession, they decide that they're going to be hands-off parents, whereas whatever they decide to tell the children will do just the opposite. If they tell their older daughter not to dress so risque, going out in wild outfits and whatever, she's just going to get wilder if they tell her not to. So essentially, they stop being parents at all. They just sort of go, well, we'll hope that when they're at school, somebody will, admonish them for their bad behavior. Of course, the good younger sister, she doesn't get in trouble at all. She's a straight A student. Big sister, who is really just self-obsessed, she has C- grades at best. She's got a boyfriend, handsome boyfriend on the basketball team, or he's on a sports team. It's already been erased from my mind that they had a winter formal at some point, so I imagine it's a basketball team. I don't think they bothered with, they don't have to worry about costuming for football, I guess, if he's on a football team. So either way, of course, younger sister Haley has a crush on older sister's boyfriend. The boyfriend is a nice enough guy. His name's Donnie? No. His name's Kyle, but He's played by Donnie Jeffcoat. That is quite a name, Jeffcoat, a coat of Jeff. But Kyle is she's got a huge crush on him, and he's out in the hot tub with her older sister making out, and they're just, and she has a reputation, whether it's deserved or not. That's something else that comes into play. But she has a reputation because, again, she is all about showing who she is and how beautiful and how superior and how perfect she is. And wouldn't it be great to be her? So Haley, while looking at the stars through her telescope, sees a falling star and makes a wish, and nothing happens immediately. Of course, they have the next morning wake up scene where you wake up in a totally different body. Suddenly you're a good foot taller when you go from being very petite Haley, who is, very petite Danielle Harris, she's a believable 14-year-old. Let's just say that. She looks 14. She is suddenly now in the body of a much taller Katherine Heigl, the older sister, Alexia. And she's stumbling around the room. She's a little bit goofier. And this is to Katherine Heigl's credit, where she gets to just, instead of being haughty, she's now kind of awkward and goofy. And once they realize that they're in each other's bodies, they start freaking out. Of course, the freak out scene has to happen. And then they try to work out a plan. What are we going to do? We have to go to school. And then they have to take on each other's lives. And that's, again, it's by the book, the trope. Except in this one, because you're not dealing with mother and daughter, where there might be a certain level of sabotage. You're never going to go too far in a Disney film. That's why I don't think this is a Disney film. There are certain elements of this that, honestly, this is made in 1996. This says 1997. It's an hour and a half long. But this says it came out in 1996, and this seems like it's a TV movie. Because it's very much 4:3 aspect ratio. It's very square. It's not movie theater screen sized. I could be wrong, but it's 96 or 97. The camera spends an awful lot of time just roaming Katherine Heigl's body. Yeah. And so I either feel like it, I mean, I'm not a prude or anything, but geez, it feels like you'd probably get in trouble for making a movie, this exact movie, today, in this way. Nothing against the director. Honestly, the movie does work on a number of different levels comedically. It's nothing highbrow, it's nothing complex, but the girls are great at playing each other, or playing against what they're, portraying each other in a sense, as we're opposite of how we're introduced to them at the beginning of the film. So yeah, we get little, I keep forgetting her name, Danielle Harris playing a wild child, a little bit more, let's say, different fashion choices. And she definitely plays a little bit more haughty because she's playing Alexia in her younger sister's body, which she does not allow. And the funny thing is also when Haley is in her older sister's body, one of the very first things when we have the freak out, she immediately goes to the boobs. It's always going to the boobs because suddenly she's older and she has bigger boobs. Even at one point, Alexia in Haley's body is like, she's got my beauty, my boobs, my legs, my height. And it's all, again, it's all external to Alexia. Haley, she's still a kid. So, but yeah, she's now, they sort of, while Haley's kind of in heaven, she's kind of getting to take advantage of this opportunity because guess what? She now technically has a boyfriend, a very handsome boyfriend that she has a crush on, except for the fact that her sister broke up with him. And so what is she going to do? Be able to kiss that boy? There's always there's a bunch of questions that usually get asked in these kind of situations, like what are they going to do? what could happen. There's a lot of things that could happen that do not happen. Again, this is still, even though I don't think it's a Disney film. Again, I tried to find out ahead of time, but it wouldn't clearly tell me. And I didn't want to start the movie over again. So maybe the titles would have showed up and said 20th Century Fox, because that's what it was at the time. But it doesn't matter. Although I will take one detour just here. While I was looking at the IMDb for this, it recommended more like this. And the very first one is a Walt Disney movie called Susie Q, which is strangely not on Disney Plus that I know of. I might have to check at some point, but I'll get back. But that the storyline, I read the storyline of what that Susie Q movie is about. There might be a reason it can't be on Disney Plus. It's got a bunch of a dead ghost girl with a, I don't know. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. The dead ghost girl Susie Q, but yeah. This one, again, it feels like if this was Disney or Fox, either way, it's a teenage dramedy kind of thing. Again, about reconciling with your sister, seeing a person's life through somebody else's eyes, through their eyes, so you have a better understanding. You learn empathy. That's what all these stories are about when you got the body swap stories. So you understand what people are going through. And but yeah, so I'm not going to tell you the whole movie, but you could pretty much guess how it all goes. Smart girl now has the brain of the hot girl who isn't that smart, and she could fail her classes now. She could not go to the science fair, while hot girl suddenly has smart girl in her. And, well, now doesn't know what to do with anything. She has a best friend that does she include her? She's expected to be with the mean girls. Does she finally include her best friend without telling her who she is? By the way, they don't tell anybody. Nobody gets in on the secret. I'm going to tell you that right now. Normally, somebody gets let into the secret with these body swap things where people go, oh, usually a best friend. And they go, oh, how do you know all these things? And then they go, oh, what about that time you did this and the other thing? Oh my gosh, you are Haley. Like that kind of situation. That surprisingly does not happen in this. Yeah. That's strange. Usually somebody gets let in. But nope. The girls keep it to themselves, and this, of course, bonds them. This also pulls them apart as suddenly the conflict increases, but also the comedy that results from the conflict. What do you do to mess up the beautiful model-esque big sister's life? Well, wear the same outfit 2 days in a row. You dress trashy. Don't do your hair. Don't even take a shower. You are just popping bubble gum and just really messing with all your friends. You're gonna mess up her life. What do you do when you're the hot girl inside the smart girl's body? Well, you're gonna just mouth off to your teachers and the principal and just, oh yeah, you also put on a dominatrix outfit? On a 14-year-old's body? I can see Disney going for the last 7 years going, do we put it on? Are we going to do it? Are we going to put... We put on reality TV shows. We have Deadpool versus Wolverine. They mentioned begging. Okay, so are we going to put the teenage body swap movie with this 14-year-old played by an 18-year-old or 19-year-old, the 14-year-old in a skin-tight dominatrix outfit, and have her mouthing off to her parents and just being who she is, and her parents just going, well, that's the way we're parenting now, we don't care, and then going to school in order to really mess with her little sister, because this is the older hot sister in the little sister's body. Have her get up on the tables at lunch and dance seductively as the principal, I think, put it. By the way, the principal, played by Lois Chiles, who looks nothing like the character she plays in this movie. She plays very. There's a lot of German words in this movie, but she plays a very. And German names. I don't know, button down, very German. Teacher that's about discipline, and she's all very serious, and she's very there's not a flare of friendliness to her. She's just like you are a good student, you are a bad student kind of thing. She's very although really strangely at the end, and I'm going to spoil this one little thing, it doesn't have to do with the plot. At one point, when the homecoming, whoever's trying to be the homecoming queen wins homecoming queen, you know who we're talking about. When she becomes a homecoming queen, the principal does a kind of whistle. Nobody else is doing this. Like, yes, Katherine Heigl's an attractive young woman, but she's a teenager in your school, and you're a middle-aged woman, or you're at least playing a middle-aged woman in this, and you just catcall whistled a beautiful high schooler on stage at the winter formal. Okay. Never mind the fact that this movie starts out with the entire montage of Katherine Heigl just in the bath, shaving her legs, getting her halter top ready, and her midriff totally midriffed, and she's doing her hair, and she's just looking gorgeous, and she struts out of the house while construction workers at the next door house catcall her. These are grown men are catcalling her. I mean, yes, if this was like a mid-80s, and realize that 1996, 1997 isn't that far away from those 80s films where everybody is just trying to redo Porky's and everything. They're looking for a reason to show boobs at some point, and while everybody is actually in their 20s and 30s, except for Tracy Lords, they're... And these are, by the way, regular films, not those kind of films. They're literally stories about teenagers trying to get laid. That's what most of the 80s sexy comedies are about. And this feels like a cleaner cast off of that. But as the years go on, I can't say the world's gotten more prudish, but I think we're just going, hey, maybe we don't catcall high schoolers as they're leaving their house in the morning for school. Mixed in with those construction guys is their new neighbor, who I guess it's his house that's getting fixed up, I guess, but he's an actual teenager who goes to the school, and we see him glaring after the two sisters as they get into the car, and oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And we assume that he is looking at Alexia. Turns out he has the hots for the little sister, but nobody understands that, nobody knows that, and it's not lurid in any way. We just assume that because she's in a purple, just form-fitting outfit, it's Katherine Heigl you're looking at. Understandably, but still... It feels illegal to have made this or watch it at times. It's, I mean, at this point, yeah, there's nothing shown, there's nothing, I don't feel like it's exploitative of the girls, necessarily, but it's definitely objectifying. Specifically, Katherine Heigl at first, and then what is technically an of-age woman playing a 14-year-old in a skin-tight leather outfit with buckles and chains, and yeah. It's just... wow. The whole time it had me going, what? How is this happening? So yeah, I'm really looking forward to them adding Susie Q on here at some point, or what the reason why, if they put this on Disney Plus, why Susie Q isn't on. Why? Then that's an actual Disney film. I don't know. I don't know. it's this is just, this was an eye opener for me. I just expected it to be another like Disney Channel film where two sisters don't get along, they swap bodies, they learn their lesson, and yeah, sure, there's lots of jokes about body issues and things like that, and yes, there's a discussion about older sister's virginity at some point, but just saying, by today's standards of children's television programming, movies like this, body swap things involving teenage girls, this was a little surprising. Yes, had this been made 10 years earlier, this would not have been surprising at all, and there probably would have been nudity for some reason, where a 25-year-old woman was playing a 17-year-old or something. And yeah, there was a car wash or something, and everybody had to take their tops off. That feels like that's what would have happened. But the 90s, we were just growing a bit as a people. And now we're in the 21st century. I don't think we make these movies anymore, even by accident. Like, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's... Watch it for a drinking game. Just take a shot every time there's something inappropriate by today's standards showing up on screen involving these girls. And you might need to see a doctor. But no, I realize I'm probably making out to be badder than it really is, naughtier than it actually is, but it's not. It's just, it surprised me on a number of turns, and it might surprise you if you watch it. Or maybe you grew up with this and all this is normal and none of this surprises you, or it's just like, hey, remember that movie? That with the Grey's Anatomy chick? And the girl from the Halloween movies? Yeah. Alright, let's pick tomorrow's episode. A random pick, finally. Back to the random picks. 11. What do we get for number 11? Man, I spent 22 minutes on this. 11. Okay. Well, we haven't... Again, a majority of the stuff that's remaining on the list that I have not watched, a majority, 3/4, if not 2/3 of... Yeah, either one. There's an awful lot of things that fall into the documentary, reality show, and live performance category. I bundle them all together if you don't already know. So there's a lot of those. There's very few movies, very few shorts, and very few scripted series remaining. So we're going to take this as it goes, and a good thing is we get a lot of variation in these documentaries. This one is an animal-based one, and it's a series called Aussie Snake Wranglers Deadly Pursuit. So, yeah. Not sharks. That's going to be in a few more days. But for now, we're going to be talking about Aussie Snake Wranglers Deadly Pursuit on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.